created to have some fun together, sharing and singing. So, join and enjoy.
Our love for opera brings us together. Thanks for being with us in this trip.
No, and well, in this case, well, I'm listening. I kind of help because it's complicated music too. Uh, but it usually goes pretty fast too, and you have to rush but be precise. And well, it's definitely not one of the most easiest pieces of music.
And it is also lovely. Oscar is lovely. It's a
That is lovely and pretty funny. So tell us, Ricardo, what are you gonna share with us?
Let's go for the second, or at least part of the second part. The part of the second part that sounds strange uh, of this duet. Now we are going to the part of this scene where I was telling you that, well, Mr. Sharpless is going to offer Butterfly to go and choose another husband because he knows that this American guy is not coming back anytime soon. And she says, I will not do that. And then she says, e questo, because what she's bringing to stage to the presence of Sharpless is the son that she had while he was away. Well, he's still away. Sharpless is not aware that there is now an American boy living in Japan, so he starts by meeting him, and she tells Sharpless about the beautiful blonde curly hair that this bimbo del Giappone, that this little son born in Japan now has, which of course is proof that it is the son of this guy. I haven't said the name because truly he is not important at this point in time. So let's just say that he's a very bad American captain and playing with Butterfly. And then after that, after she presents the song to Sharpless, it starts a little piece that she sings, and that it is horribly difficult for anybody who wants to sing it. And it starts che tua madre dovrà prenderti in braccio e dalla pioggia e al vento andar per la città. Basically, she tells that if her husband is not coming back, there's no way she will be a geisha again. There is no way that she's going to sing and dance for anyone else, that she prefers to die, and that's what she tells us here. I'm going to sing a part of it just to give you an idea of how really hard this is. And just think that mine is a male voice, so try to picture a female voice doing it, and you can get an idea of how difficult this music is, not only in the emotion, but also in the way it was written with a heavy orchestration. And that's a good, very good formula to make things difficult. Still, it is a very nice part that I will be sharing with you now. Che tua madre dovrà prenderti in braccio era per te, e come fece già la Gescia canterà, e la canzon gioliva e lieta e non singhiozzo finirà. Ah no, no questo mai, questo mestier che all'issolone porta, morta, morta, ma violentar, piuttosto la mia vita vo troncar, ah, morta, morta. So, of course, one would not advise to a young voice to sing something like that. It's very continuous. The music
Not
is loud. There are some high notes that, after coming so many repetitions in the center of the voice, make it very easy to break the note. And also, you have to give the intention. So, that's pretty much the recipe for something difficult.
Yeah, I think that you have to be the right kind of voice, and also be a very prepared singer to approach this on stage. Of course, you can study this with different purposes, and you can start young, but obviously, when you study, you will not be singing with an orchestra, for example, not with the full music that uh, the production will requires. So this is totally written for a very mature and developed voice, but also a very developed singer, in the sense that you have to understand, like you said, the intentions, what uh, characters may be thinking, might be feeling. I will spoil a little bit where, well, I think that we all know Madame Butterfly, so there is no surprises. But when Cho-Cho-san is embracing her little child, because she's about to give it to him, to his father, this very evil and mean American captain. I have no idea of what does a mother has to feel in a moment like this.
Puccini is really hard on Cho-Cho-san. Puccini destroys Madame Butterfly on stage, takes her emotions, squeezes them, turns it, breaks Cho-Cho-san. I have thought a good number of times that, just imagine you are very young, this is the first time you fall in love, and you learn that you've been abandoned with your son, and the very next moment you are presented with his wife, the one that he takes
Yes.
as the true wife, because before giving her son away, she is presented with the woman who has actually taken her place. So just picture a very young woman facing all of that, and that would be Chocho-san.
She's
That's
18. God.
this guy is a demon, and that's why I really don't like this role. And that is the reason why many tenors don't like to sing it either, because I know they will be hated by the end of the opera. So that could be the reason. But why don't we go back to your next piece?
Okay, let's take something from Verdi again, and this will be also from Un ballo in maschera, and it's Saper vorreste. per vorreste e che si veste quando le cosa che vuol nascosa Oscar lo sa ma non dirà tra la 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 tra la 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 tra la 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 tra la 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 Oscar lo sa ma non dirà tra la la 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 tra la 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 pieno d'amor mi balza il cor ma pur discreto serva il segreto non rovina bravo beltà tra la 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 Oscar lo sa ma non dirà tra la 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 tra la 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 tra la 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 tra la 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 la
And I have to say that it is not only you who wants to be Oscar. If I didn't have this voice, I would love to be Oscar. Playing all over the stage, singing tra la 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 la, and all of that with the. It's the only
Yes,
lovely
who
character on
doesn't
that,
want to tra-la-la-la-la professionally?
and it's the only lovely character on that opera.
Yeah, it's the only. Well, I was checking the score on my screen, and it says brillantissimo. It's like the most brilliant as possible, and I think that Oscar himself, it's shiny. It's like a glitter character,
And
and that's what makes this opera a little a bit not so much dramatic.
yeah, because it's also a very horrible drama as well. And maybe people don't
Okay.
know it, but I know that one of the first arias that Katia started singing was, in fact, Volta la Terra. It's one of your very first arias that you learned. And maybe this is a good example of how you think you have evolved, not only technically, vocally, how your voice was when you were much younger, because the voice evolves one way or the other. But how do you think you have evolved in your understanding of the personality of Oscar?
I think that one of the most important situation here is that you have to understand how Oscar makes a contrast in all the opera's context, and yes, it is sung usually by a coloratura or by a soprano ligero. Uh, because it has the right color for it, but you have to understand that it's also an acid character because he in both areas is se está burlando, is he's making
Mocking,
a
he's
joke,
mocking. Uh-huh.
he's mocking. So you have to sing it this way. Of course, I'm not doing this because I'm not mocking in this very moment. I'm not on stage, but you have to have this very clear. You have to make it spicy. I think so.
And that's
Okay.
why I love Oscar.
Yes, it's a very lovely character. Well, lovely in one sense, but if you check him more like a person, well, probably he's not that much.
Well, if you are part of the aristocrats of the bourgeoisie, you're somehow not the best person in the world, right?
Yeah, and you are not directly involved in the problem, in the drama, so what can you do to mock? But okay, tell us, Ricardo, what else can you share with us
Yes, well, my
about
final part will be another scene right after that duet where she has established. Ah, there is a final part which I didn't bring to you. And when Sharpless asks the name of the little boy, she says, "Now my name is Sadness, but my name will be Happiness when my father comes back." It is a very touchy scene because even though it is Chocho San who is singing it, just think of a lonely boy because he's the other victim here, a boy who has never met his father, so all there is sadness as he hasn't met him, and he will be happy once he has a chance of meeting him. But it is almost the time when it happens. This is a very short scene, but it's also very uh, emotional. This scene is usually called Il Canone del Porto because there is a sound of a canyon, and remember that this guy is the captain of a ship, and she has been waiting for the column of smoke at the horizon, Umberti Vedremo, so that would be the sign that he's coming back. So when she is with Suzuki, the woman who supports her maid, says Il Canone del Porto, and then there is a very short scene where Chocho-san doesn't know that he's coming back with his wife, but she thinks that he's coming back for her. So there is this explosion of sadness, happiness, and saying, "You see, people, he's coming back to me. You all were wrong. He's coming back to me, and all this time that I waited was worth it." Doesn't
oh
know
my
that's what is going to happen. So she's try to picture that very young woman so happy, and at the same time already broken because of the many years she has waited, and the time of her waiting has finished. She thinks he has come back. That's what this scene about Il Canone del Porto is about, and let me share with you a little part of it. Una nave di guerra, bianca, bianca, il vestito americano e le stelle, or governa per ancorare, reggimi la mano che mi discerna il nome, il nome. Eccolo, Abramo Lincoln, tutti han mentito, tutti, solo io lo sapevo, solo io che l'amo, veri lo scimunito e il Tolomio, è giunto, e proprio nel punto che ognuno diceva piange e dispera, trionfa il mio amor, la mia fe trionfa intera, e torna e so, with those words of "Ei torna e mama," which means he has returned and he loves me, that's the final part, or well, at least this part of the act, just before something very lovely that is called the coro a boca chiusa, one of the
Oh,
most beautiful melodies that Puccini wrote. I think that if you haven't ever had a chance of listening to Il Coro Boca Chiusa, and we also have to say that it is very difficult to sing.
I sang it and it was a challenge
Why don't you
because you
share
have
with
to
us?
sing it at Boca Chica, but out of stage and be heard. Whoa.
Maybe we should explain what Boca Chiusa means, because if you know Italian, you already know what we're talking about. But if you don't speak Italian, you really don't know what Boca Chiusa is. Why don't you explain us a little?
You have to close your mouth, but sound and to project your sound. So in this case, technically talking, you have to use your mask to sound at distance even when you're closing your mouth. But it has to be quite tender in this specific case. And it breaks your heart.
And it's much easier for high voices than it is for low voices to do that, because of the resonance. That is also something very technical.
Of course, I always sound here.
In that case, much easier for you. So my part today was to share a little more with you of the very beautiful role and difficult role that Puccini wrote for the sopranos, in this case, Chocho San. I would like to wrap up my participation, because it's going to be Katya's part again, uh, by telling you that this was our final episode for this season, where we had the chance of sharing with you our most beloved part, arias, songs, in my case, operas and scenes. Of course, we could go like forever, but because there is so much music that we love, but we decided to still keep it short, because Katya is going to tell you a little later what is going to be our next season. So, given that this is my final spoken participation, I want to thank everyone there. I really don't have all the names of the countries at hand that already follow us, but we start from the United Kingdom, Iceland, Norway, Netherlands, Austria, Germany, France. I think we recently added Spain. We already have Ukraine, we have Iran, we have Russia, we have China, Malaysia, Japan, to which we dedicated today's program. We have Singapore, we have the Philippines, we have Brazil, we have Argentina, we have a good number of people in the US also. There is over 40 cities that listen to our program. So, from the bottom of my heart, thanks everybody. Thank you all for following us. And we will see you then in the following season. Of well, but the details wait for Katia to explain. From my part, thank you very much, and I will be seeing you soon.
Thanks, Ricardo, for setting us in context with the first area that I shared. Thank you for let us know uh, what was happening in Shashasan's environment, but also within her. Thank you for lightening us about this beautiful but heartbreaking masterpiece that is Madama Butterfly. And thank you all for being with us program by program in this second season. Thank you all. Like Ricardo just said, so many countries that at least I've never thought that could be a part of this project. But thank you all for sharing this hour with us, and we hope to give you the best of ourselves and the best of our music. I'm gonna end up this program and this season with love to all of you, but also with respect. And I hope that it delights you all, because this will be Caro Nome. Thank you and bye. Col pensier il mio desir a te sempre volerò. Caro nome tuo sarà. Col pensier il mio desir a te sempre volerò.